Yo, what's up guys? Theo here. Hope you guys are doing well. So in this video, I want to sort of show you guys how to create your own script bundler. So I have a package here on NPM I just posted a few days ago. Need to fix the formatting on the markdown, but it's called a primitive script bundler. And yeah, I've updated it quite a few times. But um, basically built this just to sort of model it after Webpack. We're going to build this out just to sort of show you guys, what Webpack is probably doing behind the scenes. Not entirely, and again, this is a very bare bones application, but let's try it out. So we're going to make a directory called simple scripts. And let's just change directory into there, and we'll create a file called just index.js. And where we're going to bundle our scripts into is we're just going to call it bundle.js like Webpack. And also want to create a package.json. We're going to create a run command in there. And then I think that's about all we really need. So let me open up Sublime. Come on. Grab it again. What the heck? I don't know why it's acting up on me. Come on. Alright. I don't know what's going on. So we got our package.json here. We're not going to use any dependencies, but what I'm going to show you guys, right? So we're gonna have this export a method called bundle. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to build out this method called bundle. Okay. And what bundle is going to take in, it's not actually going to take anything in. We're going to have the user create a config.json file. Okay. And that's inside of here. They're going to have a sort of files array. And so files, and this is going to be an array of files. And we're going to read this, grab the files, and take the data from the files. So let me create some files like test.js and users.js. We're going to load them all into bundle. So sort of work with this. What we need is the file system from Node. So I'm going to go ahead and require that. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this out. Again, very simple implementation, but what I'm going to do first, and configuration file is going to be equal to config.json. First, we're going to go ahead and read what's it going to be? fs.stat. I think it's stat. fs.stat. And then we're going to pass this the configuration file. And then this is either going to give us, if there's an error, let's go ahead and log out the error that we're going to get. Otherwise, let's log out file exists. Otherwise, we can go ahead and read it. Let me just run this real quick. Bundle. Let's try and run node index. And it's missing an argument. I forgot that. File exists. Okay. But, and again, this is just ES6 syntax. This is comparable to saying function without the arrow. Let me try and change this config.json to configs. And let's run this again. And there we go. No such file exists. Okay, cool. So that works. Very simple error checking right there. And we'll console log it and we'll return you must create a config.json file so that the script builder, we just do a template string instead actually. You must create a config.json file so the script bundler knows where to look for your settings. Okay, so that's good. Let me run this again. file exists, and let's try it one more time. Configs. Okay, no such file. If error, and then console.log error, and then return. I think though. Yeah, okay, let's just log it out right here instead. Console.log. There we go. You must create. Yeah, alright, cool. So we'll just place it on multiple ones, I don't care. It's kind of messy, I guess, but whatever. Alright, so now we got that, right? You're gonna log it, and we'll just return. So otherwise, if this file does exist, what we actually want to do, let me just log out what this context is here. This is, I'm guessing that this is the FS, yeah. So we don't actually want to do that, but we want to, we're going to call another function, an asynchronous function called fs.readFile. We're going to read the configuration file. And again, we still always just want to follow that pattern of error or a file. And if there's an error, let's log out the error and return. Otherwise, let's log out in file. And then let's try this. Okay, missing argument. How do I keep doing that? Alright, so in file, cool. And let's go ahead and read the file. So we're going to say var file. We're just going to parse it. We're going to do json.parse file. I want to log out what's in the file right now. We should just get undefined or nothing. Okay, files. We got an array. Okay. So let me go ahead and go back here, and we'll just say test.js and users.js. It's going to be our files array. And we need to run this again. We're getting our files. Okay. And we go back to index. And we are just going to, let me try and do file.files. Let's see what we get now. We get our files, and then we do file.file0. We get test. Okay, cool. So we're able to get access to the configuration they put. So also we could do some more error checking, you know. Basically we could say if not file.files, or basically we can check if it's an array, if array dot is array file.files. We'll null check right here. It's console.log files must be an array. Let's go ahead and return. Let me try this now. Okay, so it is an array, but let's go back to config and let's just make it an object instead. And there we go. It must be an array. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm losing track of everything. Okay, so otherwise, got some more error handling. What we want to do with the file, what I'm going to do now is let endpoint equal bundle.js. Let our endpoint, basically, you know, where we're going to compile all our files to, or just wrap them all up in. It's going to be our bundle.js file. So what I can do here is I can do fs.writeFile, and I'm going to pass the endpoint, and then again, this is just going to take in an error in a file. I guess we'll just handle the error. I don't think we need to handle. And basically, we can just say if error, console.log error, and let's go ahead and return. So let's try this out. So no errors yet, but we're missing a few things. So I actually went about this wrong. So basically, if we are able to read from the configuration file, then what we need to do is we need to actually do this. We're going to create a loop that goes, let's see, we're going to create a loop that goes through the file.files.length. Probably should make a variable there. Save our files equal file.files, and save files.length. And I++. We could use the for of, but I don't know if everyone's comfortable with E6, so we'll just do this, ES6. So let's just log out I to make sure this is working. Else, console log file for I. 0 I is less than, oh, sorry, files. Okay, 0 and 1, okay, so we have 2. And what we want to do now, we're going to call fs.readFile, and we're going to read, or sorry, we're going to actually, let me think. First, we need to read file, and we want to read the files of I, and then, again, it's going to be an error and a file. And if there's an error, let's just console log the error and return. Otherwise, let's log out the data that we're going to get from that file. So let's try it out. We're going to buffer because we have not converted it to a string. So I think if I put UTF-8 here, that should give me the encoding I want. So there's nothing in there. So let me try and put something, console log IM test, and console log IM users. Alright, so let's try this again. I don't know why I already wrote it to the bundle, it's kind of weird. So let's try this again. IM users. Okay, so it wrote out that. There's list of files are linked. Alright, so let's see. IM users, IM test. Now let's console log F, and why is it not giving me test and users? Let me see, test bundle.js config. Let me try something real quick. Users.js, IM users, say test.js. And it's not logging test.js for some reason. Okay, now it does. I don't know why, what that was about. So let me go back to config, and we'll do users.js, and let me try this again. There we go, we're getting all of our data now. Let's go back to index. So if we get this file, right, or not file, right, probably want to run that. Okay, but really we could just do error, we're not going to handle that, so we'll do that later maybe. So now that we have this file, what I want to actually do is call fs.writeFile, and we're going to pass the endpoint, we're going to pass the file, and then obviously, so taking an error if there is one. If there's an error, let's go ahead and log out this error and return. Let's try this. fs.writeFile, endpoint F, and let's look at our bundle. So it did work with IM users. That's good, but you sort of see we have a problem here, and that is that whichever one is, let me see our bundle config, whichever one is last is the one that's getting overwritten, or whichever one's first. So let me look again. So now we have test last, IM test. So let's think about what we need to do now. Actually, I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to aggregate the data like this. So let data. And then now that I have this data right here, I'm going to take out that, and we'll say data plus or equal to F. And then after our for loop, I just want to log out what data is. Let me try and see if this works. It might not because it's asynchronous. All right, so let's try it. Let's try and log out what data is here. And it doesn't work. Again, we're running into the asynchronous issues. All right, so let's see what else we can do. fs.append file. Let's try bundle. Seems like that works, but the one issue with that is that that'll keep appending everything on there, which is not what we want. So let me go back to fs.write file, and then if error, let me think. So we'll do if error, let data equals, or data plus or equal to, let me see it real quick, log out what def is. Okay, so we're getting that, users name test, plus equal to f. That's what we can do. We'll add on, and then we'll just keep writing. So not the best for performance, but let's try this out now. Okay, let's go back to our bundle. So now we get what we want, and we're getting that. And the one thing we also could do is do a very simple line break, right? Data plus or equal to f, and then data plus or equal to simple line break. Let me try this again. Not line break. What would it be? It's new line, maybe? Let me see. Rejects. Line, or not rejects. I think it did it the other way, right? New line, yeah. All right. Let me try it and do that again. All right, cool. So now we sort of have it formatted pretty well. Let's try and do a few more things, right? So if we write a function called get users, and it's just going to return an array of Rick, John, James. Sorry, Rick, John, and James. Let's try that out again. Let's go back to our bundle, getting it nicely formatted. Each time it's just going to keep writing to it. So awesome, and we can actually see that this is working because if we go ahead and create an index.html file, we give it some boilerplate code, say testing simple script bundler, and if we place in a script tag right here called bundle.js, and we clear this out, and we go back, open this up in the browser, and inspect element, open up our console and our network tab. So we're not getting anything right now. There's nothing. Well, we are getting, let me see. Let me go back. We are getting the bundle, but the problem is that there's nothing in there. So let me go ahead and refresh. Go to our console. We're getting that now. And why is it not? Why am I not seeing? Let me see JavaScript. I don't know why I can't see it. Am I missing something? I don't know what the heck is. Hold on. Let me do this. All JavaScript. Oh, okay. Hold on. So all. All right. There we go. We got our bundle right here. So that's loading everything we want. There we go. You can look in our console, right? I'm users. I can actually even type out, or should be able to. Let me see. Sorry, no, because users isn't a. I can create a variable though called our users, and it's just gonna be an array. So now check this out. I can go ahead and type users. No, I guess not. Let me see. Let's see what I can do. I can do, oh right, because I didn't run it, sorry. I can do var users is an array, and then I can go ahead and run my bundler again. I can go back in here, and now I should be able to type users. There we go. It's an array that I created, and just to prove that, I can do users.push Theo, rebundle, and then I can go back in here, go back to my console, type users now, and then I can say user.length is equal to 0. Now I can say users, and it's nothing. All right, guys. So pretty, sort of simple, but at the same time explanatory tutorial of how to create your own, script bundler with using Node.js. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. The only other thing I would really do here would be, you could go ahead and export this function, and then inside of your index, what you could do is you could create, I think you could just say var bundle equals require index. I don't know if this will work in the HTML file. Require index.js, and then that should work the same. Let me see if this gives me an error. Requires not defined. Yeah, it probably won't work because it's a HTML file. That's why. But yeah, if you have like your Node server set up, or if you're writing any Node code, then you can you definitely import that. Whatever, or just like we had it, you can call. We could also do this. We could say, instead of bundle, we could just say module.exports is a function, and then what I can do then is instead of this, I can invoke it immediately. And now I should still get everything. So, cool. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. So, take care. Have a great day.